Yes, people, and welcome to Normski TV and my match reaction. Leicester 0, Arsenal 2. Leicester 0, Arsenal 2. If you can see my hands. Listen, if you can't see the 2, my green screen ain't playing up because I'm using a fake one. But listen, see that guy behind me? See him? Our only shining light, brother. Yeah. Moreno may have come on and saved the day. Yeah. Moreno, the internal solution. But this is the man here, 17 years old, Ethan Nwaneri. And what a player this guy is for Arsenal. Absolutely fantastic display. Playing on that right hand side, not even deputizing now for Saka now. This guy, listen, literally took the game to Leicester. Looking at the side before we go into the game, looking at the side, it pretty much picked itself because we, as you know, people have got no attacking players. You've got Saka out, you've got Martinelli out, and you've got now the number 29, Kai Havertz, the donkey, he's out for the rest of the season, picking up a serious hamstring injury, which now looks like he's going to have surgery on it. Saka has obviously had his surgery, and some people are saying that he could be back in March, but it's probably looking more like April. And so this man behind me, young 17-year-old, made his debut at 15 years old. I think it was against Brentford, came on in the last sort of 10, 15 minutes of the game when we was winning there. What a player this guy is. What a peg of a left foot this guy has got. And to be honestly, you look at our front three, guys, let's be honest now. Let's be honest. Let's get our heads out of the sand. Yeah, this front three is not gonna get us over the line to win a title. If it does, if miracles can happen, bro, I'll take my hat off to you. But from what I've seen of Sterling and Trossard, bro, this guy behind me is gonna need a lot of help. He cannot carry this team on his shoulders. It will be too much. He will be run into the ground, and then next thing you know, he's gonna pick up an injury. But let's just go through the team selection. In goal, Raya in goal, Timber at right back, Saliba, Gabriel, and Lewis Skelly at left back. In the middle, we had Rice, Partey, and Odegaard, and up front, Sterling on the left, Trossard down the middle as a false nine or out and out nine, and Ethan Nwaneri on the right hand side. And our bench, listen, if you look at our bench, the only, I wouldn't even say recognised striker. He's from our youth academy, and that's Nathan Butler-Deje, and he didn't come on. You had Neto as the additional keeper, Ricardo Calafori, Jorginho, Kieran Tierney, Mikel Moreno, who currently looking at one football, he's been given a 9.7. Mikel Moreno, yeah, the saviour, the IT, the internal solution. Yeah, he's the man that's come on and saved the day. Ben White, who's now back from injury, Zinchenko, and Kivior on the bench. So we've got 13 games left to go, people. 13 games left to go. And to be honest, if this front three is going to get us through it, I doubt it. In Mikel's pre-match conference, obviously talking about the issues with our attacking options and the fact that, he knew that this was coming because he said it himself that it was an accident waiting to happen. But that's down to you, Mikel. That is absolutely down to you. It's nobody else's fault. You should have gone and done what you was meant to do in the summer window. Yes, scratch record. I will keep saying it, and I will keep saying it until these guys realize that that's the reason why we're in this position where we are now. Because now we're relying on our only three attacking players. And now we're having to rely on a number 8, who I said I don't know what he does, Mikel Moreno, to come on. Have we found what's the guy's name that used to play with the old bushy hair? I can't remember his name. Mikel Fellaini, yeah. And we found Fellaini, yeah. Who knows? Arteta has fallen on this. Moreno came out and said in his post-match that he's never played a number 9. Oh, well, listen. You put number 29 to shame because literally both your goals were clinical finishes. A headed goal and a lovely, to just hit, Leicester on the break and tapping it in. at the near post to make the game and put the game to bed 2-0. But up until that point, up until the 80th minute, guys, it didn't look like we was going to score. I think, you know, at one point we only had one shot on target. Now, obviously, you know, the final stats state that we had 11 shots in total and 5 on target, of which of those 2 were goals. And, you know, we win it in the end, you know, in 2 second consecutive moments. The first in the 81st minute, and then 6 minutes later in the 87th minute, you know, we put the game to bed by Mikel Moreno. So, you know, it was a what we call, how can I put it? Somebody, Mikel Moreno, I can't even say his name though. Mikel Arteta, if I get my words out, you know, bringing on Mikel Moreno, bringing on Calafiori, bringing on Jorginho. I suppose Jorginho was there to control the game, apart from fouling somebody and taking a yellow card for the team. Great. Calafiori made a couple of galloping runs, but you know, it's the Moreno savior, the Moreno dagger, as they would say, has come on and wins the game for us. And you know, the game, as I said, it could have went both ways, because if it wasn't for Lewis Skelly making that decisive tackle or block or interception, you know, from Ndidi, I think it was, I believe, I can't remember if it might have been Ndidi, we could have ended it losing that game 1-0. It could have gone either way. You know what I mean? We had most of the control of the game. Yeah, not gonna lie, we had most of the control of the game. You know, possession of the ball, the amount of passes and that. But at the end of the day, it could have swung either way. What I saw from Leicester was that they really did come on to us, to take the game to us. It wasn't like a team that was sitting back. You know what I mean? There was lots of space for our attacking players, and I'm going to come on to our attacking players, especially Raheem Sterling, the dream, the one that's going to said that you haven't seen the best of me. Well, we definitely haven't seen the best of you. We've definitely seen the worst of you right now. You know what I mean? And you really did not put in a good performance. But coming back to the game, yeah, it was a game where, as I said, it could have gone either way. And, you know, most of the time, you know, it was pretty much a boring game. I'm not going to lie. You know, you're seeing comments in other chats where they're saying, oh, the game seems to be boring, it's going to peter out. So that big moment from Skelly, you know, making that interception to stop us from going 1-0 down. And then obviously Arteta, you know, making those changes on the, I think he made the changes. Let's just make sure and have a look at what point he made the changes. The first change was at what was it, at 69 minutes, when he brought on Mikel Moreno for Raheem Sterling. Now, Raheem Sterling really had a terrible game today. He had lots of spaces to run into, but kept running into players. It was just not coming off for him. Losing the ball, playing for fouls and not getting it. Looked like a guy that was void of ideas, lack of confidence definitely showing. And when he did get taken off, you could see it in his face. He was not, you know, he was not, I wouldn't say happy in the sense that he was being taken off. I think you could just see in his face that he knew that he hadn't cemented his place there. And I don't know going forward whether Mikel's going to stay with this guy. I know some people are saying that you need to play Sterling in to sort of get him to play his way, you know, into form. But judging by that performance today, it was not good whatsoever. And even Trossard, both of them going offside, you know what I mean? I think we had 4 offsides. And these guys have got no football IQ, you know what I mean? When to time your run, playing the wrong pass, holding onto the ball too long. As I said, the only person out of that front three that can hold their head hold their head up high is Ethan Manrieri. Yeah, only shining light up as one of the attacking players. You know what I'm trying to say? In the midfield, Thomas Partey. Listen, he wasn't one of his best games. Was giving the ball away. He got taken off. I think it was. Let me just look when he come off. I think he got taken off for Jorginho. I think Jorginho came on for him in the 76th minute. He came on in the 76th minute. Declan Rice, as usual, just running himself into the ground. It looked like him and Partey were playing as like a double pivot, six roles. Declan was more advanced than Partey, but the thing about Declan, again, it's to do with his technical ability and knowing when to play a pass. And it was not one of his best games. It was not one of his best games. Put in the hard graft, but you've got £105 million grafter, and that's what it is. He's an £105 million destroyer. But you need to make sure that when you pick up the ball, you place those decisive passes, and you didn't really do that today in the game. And so for me, it wasn't one of your best games. In terms of Odegaard, again, this guy takes too many touches on the ball, people. Takes too many touches on the ball. It's like he picks the ball up and he's just running around in circles. There was a point where he picked up a ball in the middle of the park, had the time, he had his back to goal, had the time to lay it off, to the left-hand side, and he does a 360-degree turn. By that time, the Leicester players have either closed him down or got themselves back into a position. So it means now, when he goes to play that pass, he's getting closed down. He needs to know when he receives the pass, lay off quick. Why does he have to have 1, 2, 3, 4 many touches? Too many touches. One touch, bang, lay it off. And if he was to, add that to his game where he lays the balls off a lot quicker, then, it doesn't give the other team time to set. That means that they're going to be always on the back foot. But because he takes too many touches, it allows the opposition to just set themselves back in their position and shape, And so that's one thing, and again, only towards the end of the game that you really saw him. Other than that, again, our captain, give the captaincy to Declan Rice or give it to Gabriel Magalhaes, because you're really not that captain material, man. Yes, you've been injured. You still play like you're injured. When those tackles coming on you, you're not too sure. Plus, you've just had a baby. If I was the manager, I would have said, look, you know what, bro? Take some time out in terms of your captaincy. Give it to, Declan Rice or even Gabriel Magalhaes. But again, wasn't his best game. And for me, the worst players probably on that pitch was probably Sterling, followed by Partey. If I'll go in that order, yeah, and Trossard, them three just weren't doing it for me today. And again, it was one of those games. Sorry for the creaking of the chair. It was one of those games where you just thought, is it going to peter out into a draw, or will it be like a 1-0 win to either side? You know what I mean? We wasn't creating much chances, to be honest. As I said, the only person that was really trying to do that was Ethan Manweri. He hit the post twice or the woodwork twice, skimmed the crossbar and hit the post with his weak foot power. I thought if that went in, that would have been an absolutely fantastic goal. But look, we live to fight another day. Listen, let's, as certain man's top gooners are saying, let's just enjoy the ride until the wheels fall off. That's what we're hearing now. People on TalkSport say, let's just enjoy the ride until the wheels fall off. Now, for me, are we in this title race? People will say yes, because we're now only 4 points behind Liverpool. But I'm looking at that front three, and is it sustainable? Is it sustainable? All I've got to say here now, people, is that Ethan was the only shining light for us in that attack. And Mourinho looks like he's our IT solution. Yeah, he's our internal solution, people. Who knew? Who knew? But listen, we go on, we live to fight another day. Our next game, obviously, is West Ham at home. Will he go with the same attack up front, or will he start Moreno like a Fellaini up front? And if that's the case, then maybe we can spam some crosses in, because we especially weren't really doing too well on our set pieces. Or will he give, Sterling another run out to kind of just, get some confidence back? I'm going to say, you've got to try and see if we can play this guy into form. But at the moment, he's not giving. He's making it hard for what's his name to give him that chance. Mikel Arteta is going to look at that and think, well, bro, do I trust you? That's the question. Do I trust you? But listen, as I said, Ethan, the only shining light, and Mikel is now our new IT solution. Take care. See you on the next match reaction. Take care. And don't forget to subscribe and like.